Hilary Jordan's novel, Mudbound, is narrated in 6 different voices, 3 black, 3 white, that unfold a tragic story, speaking the truth about racial hatred and violence, love and commitment, and friendships in the Mississippi Delta. The novel's setting is post-World War II in the 1940s. College-educated landowners, husband and wife, Laura and Henry McCallan, and Henry's troubled brother Jamie, narrate the novel from a white perspective. Share tenants, Hap and Florence Jackson, and their son Ronsel narrate the novel from an African American perspective. Henry and Laura McCallan, Henry's father Pappy, and their 2 daughters moved to a rundown farm that they later named Mudbound. The family has 8 different African American families working as share tenants for them, one family being the Jacksons. Henry and Pappy McCallan are constantly mistreating the black families, leaving Laura with uneasiness. Ronsel Jackson, son of Hap and Florence, returns home from fighting from the war and is immediately mistreated by the superior whites in the Jim Crow South. Jamie McCallan, brother of Henry, returns home from the war, suffering from severe post-traumatic stress disorder, which causes him to become an alcoholic. Jamie and Ronsel become close friends, bonding over their brotherhood as soldiers and their war experiences. This friendship was frowned upon by many, especially Pappy. Jamie's return home brings tension to the farm in many different aspects. Laura begins to fall in love with Jamie. Jamie's charisma and way with people fills a spot in her heart that Henry was never able to fill. The friendships that Jamie forms with Ronsel and the Jackson family causes tension and disgust in the McCallan household. Jordan uses a narrative writing style to convey each individual perspective and to give the readers an opportunity to understand each person individually, and also to demonstrate how awful the African Americans were treated. Jordan does not give the most hateful character Pappy a voice, indicating that there is no way that somebody so hateful could be understood or deserving of a voice. Pappy, also a member of the Ku Klux Klan, is looking for a reason to harm Ronsel, who has recently befriended his son. So when Pappy finds out that Ronsel has interest in a white woman, Pappy and the KKK take Ronsel from his home and into an isolated nook. Ronsel begs for his life back. In doing so, he talks back to the white men. The KKK then cut off Ronsel's tongue, taking away his voice, preventing him from speaking ever again, and also preventing him from able to stand up for himself and speak his thoughts, symbolizing how African Americans didn't have a voice. Jordan's novel illustrates the ugliness of the Jim Crow South and how the stigma Americans attach to racial inequalities provokes tension and struggles in relationships. In America, in the 1940s, race played a huge role in your identity as an American. Whites were seen as a superior race, mistreating blacks in every aspect of their lives, physically and emotionally. Although not all whites treated blacks so poorly, there was a stigma in the South, and whites were not supposed to show compassion for the lesser than blacks. During this ugliness, the Ku Klux Klan was at its prime, along with enforcement of the Jim Crow laws. These laws and hate groups themselves put fear in every American, regardless of race. Whites were strict to obey what was socially acceptable, and blacks were forced to accept the role as a minority. Although the laws have vanished, and the hate groups have come to a halt, race still plays a large role in everyday life. Jordan critiques the ugly Jim Crow South in the 1940s in demonstrating how the racial tensions prevent friendships from forming, such as Jamie and Ronsel. But still, today, racism is a key factor in which many are able to see past. Many Americans believe that racial differences continue to separate Americans from forming bonds. Researchers believe that one way one sees others is something passed down for them from their older generations. Psychologist Melanie Killen speaks with children about what their parents have taught them about different races and how they see children that don't look the same as them.
Have the same skin, you can play together, but if you don't have the same skin, you can't play together.
So why can't you play together if you have different color skin?
Because your mom might not want you to play with that friend.
It's okay to tell people that they can't be your friend because of the color of their skin? Why is that okay?
Because your mom will not want them to be the same, be be a different color friends.
Do you think it'd be easy for a kid to convince his parents that it would be okay to have other types of people over? Why not?
Probably because you might get in trouble.
Why would a parent want you to get in trouble if you wanted someone to come over to your house who is a different skin color?
Probably because they don't allow.
Why not? Why would some parents not allow other skin-colored kids to come over?
Probably because they might not like.
Stemming from early ages, children are racist, generally because of what their parents teach them, but also because their brains aren't fully developed and they don't know any better than to come to a conclusion based on what they see around them. Americans, not only children, strive for social acceptance, especially in the 1940s South. Some truly believed in racial hate, but many just wanted to fit in. Jordan's novel ultimately demonstrates how racism plays into American society and how the want for social acceptance and approval can often alter one's actions and force people to obey social normalities. Although not all Americans are racist, almost every single American is guilty of wanting to fit in. Wanting to fit in will often alter one's actions and interactions with people, such as Jamie's interactions with Ransel and the Jackson family. Racial inequalities in America have certainly improved over the years, but still, to this day, there are lots of minorities that face hardships in forming relationships and in their social lives because of their identity as an inferior.